Okay, we kind of have to have a little talk because this I don't know what to say to some of the things that I'm actually reading here. So as I've been talking about them over the past like week, everyone knows about this at this point. Those hidden abilities that we keep talking about. There hasn't been any new reveals in regards to the hidden abilities. No. There's apparently Pokemon that are getting new moves as well. So specifically, apparently the Mega Evolutions. I'm not sure if they just get them upon, maybe not through Mega Evolution, but they probably get them as a result of having Mega Evolutions. I don't know. Just kind of throwing this out here. I'm not sure if they mention exactly how this works out. I need to kind of scroll through here and check it. But yeah, I kind of need to see what is going on here because I'm not entirely sure what's going on. But yeah, so I'm just gonna cover the moves. I don't know how they got confirmed, what confirms them, or whatever, but here we go. So starting off in order, like it's gonna go in order by generation, I think. It looks like everything's in order by generation. So, starting off with Venusaur, we have Aromatherapy, which is actually pretty good. Being able to heal your party, stuff like that, it's useful. So, you might see a little bit of play out of Venusaur. I don't remember what its hidden ability was changed to. Dry Skin, so, I mean, I don't know. You mainly don't even need to use Dry Skin, whatever. But yeah. Here's a very hilarious one. Let's just cover this. Charizard gets Blue Flare. Really? Just Blue Flare? Of all things, you're going to give it Blue Flare, and I'm getting called on Skype, which I don't want to be called. Thank God I had my volume off. I'm using my phone to read this off because that way I don't have to worry about lagging at my computer. Anyways, Blue Flare Charizard. Really? They need to give something more to Charizard. It's not that it doesn't have like, you know, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, kind of stupid shit like that already. They just need to add more to it. Whatever. One more thing I'm going to mention real quick. I'm going to interrupt this whole talk. If you happen to hear Japanese stuff in the background, that's probably my notification for my emails. I forgot to mute my Chrome, so if we hear it, I'll probably like cut out that very brief section of the actual audio, so you won't hear it. But because I can do that still, and I'm in the middle of commentating and editing, basically, you know, whatever. So just putting that out there. If you hear a cut of audio, it's probably because of that. My bad on not, you know, doing whatever. By the way, I did not know that this was here. I actually need to probably go and get that myself on my own personal copy of the game, but whatever. Anyways, back to these Mega Evolutions getting new moves. We're not done yet. This gets even more stupid, or dumb, or however you want to phrase this. So we covered Charizard with Blue Flare. Moving on to the next one, Blastoise. Blastoise happens to get Slack Off. Well, let's take a quick check here. Blastoise's Squirtle family gets Rough Skin. So if this only applies to a Mega Evolution, then we have what on this thing again? I'm trying to remember. Solid Rock. So not sure how that'll play out in regards to the whole Slack Off thing. I guess either way, Mega Blastoise is a very tanky Pokemon, so having Slack Off, really? Like, you're just gonna make it even more difficult to kill? I don't know. Whatever. It's not as ridiculous as Blue Flare. Next one's pretty ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. And it seems contradictory, considering the ability change that they're changing. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. A lot of people kind of prefer using the special Pidgeot now because of the No Guard Hurricane. So, there's the whole special attacking thing with that. The ironic part is you're probably going to end up replacing that with Aeroblast, because that's what it's going to be getting. I don't know how I feel about that. It gets Brave Bird, so I mean a priority Aeroblast is going to be kind of stupid. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. I mean, it's still going to have access to Hurricane. If I'm not mistaken, it's like a egg move or something. I don't know. All I know is this seems stupid. I don't know what they're planning on doing with Alakazam. I really don't know what they're going for here. They gave it Superpower, I believe, as its new ability as a Mega. Or Pure Power or something like that. They're giving it the move Superpower. So, Are they just trying to push that physical side of Alakazam? I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I don't even know what Alakazam's base attack is because everyone just goes with it as a special attacker. For good reason, it's got much better special attacking moves, so I don't know. Someone want to kind of fill me in as to what the hell they think they're doing with Alakazam? Next one, I actually kind of like this. This might actually be really good for Slowbro. Rock Polish. It gets Rock Polish, so it's not exactly a fast Pokemon, giving it something to allow it to outspeed, not to mention it has access to things like Slack Off and some decent stab moves. The Mega Slowbro might actually be kind of viable. I don't know if Rock Polish and Slack Off will both be used. I'm sure that if you're going to go with like a more offensive set, you might actually see play with Rock Polish. If you're going for maybe a tanky set that's just like a heavy special attacker as well as a bulky defender, you probably will just only see Slack Off. But either way, Rock Polish is it's a nice addition to it. This one's pretty good. Gengar gets Parting Shot. I don't even remember what this does, but all I seem to remember is that it causes you to faint. There are some useful ways to use moves like that. I believe, what was it? There was a Pokemon that I was built. It was Lopunny, I think. I think it gets like Healing Wish or something, where it sacrifices itself to fully heal a Pokemon in the back. That, and I kind of went over here because I wasn't sure if there was like a third area. I thought I passed by like one that just wasn't relevant, and yeah, that's why he told me get in the water and then immediately get out, because I was like, wait a minute, is this the right way? And I went to go check. So, by the way, once we finish off all the trainers in this specific area, we're going to actually go down underwater and find the Seafloor Cavern. So that's what we're working on for anyone that's, trying to both pay attention to the whole Mega Evolution moves and etc. But yeah, Parting Shot on Gengar. I don't know how I feel about that. Doesn't seem like it's going to get any better than it is, and the fact that it loses Shadow Tag, it's probably not going to be an Uber Pokemon anymore, so it's probably going to just be a solid OU Pokemon at this point. I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out, assuming that all this stuff actually does come to be. Next up is Gyarados, and it actually gets more than one move. It gets both Fire and Thunder Fang, that or it gets either or. I'm not entirely sure. It's either going to get Fire, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, or both, one of the three. So Thunder Fang's pretty good for opposing shit that might otherwise be a problem for it, like opposing Gyarados, being able to Thunder Fang it on the switch or something like that. Not to mention that it's good for just like a few other just generic things, whatever. I mean, it's nice to have. Fire Fang, on the other hand, I guess it's good for grass coverage to an extent. Like after it Mega Evolves, it loses that flying typing, so it doesn't have that flying resistance to grass. But I don't know, it's an okay move. I think it gets Strong Jaw as well as its new ability, so that's also an added plus. Scizor gets an interesting move, I guess, and that's Drill Run. Kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I feel like they could give it something better. Houndoom, Night Daze. If I remember correctly, Night Daze is like the ghost version of Seismic Toss. That's not terrible, I guess. That might be useful considering it's getting Dark Aura as well. Obviously, Night Daze being I think a ghost move, but still, either way, it's something nice to kind of have. Who doesn't really care? Who doesn't really dislike having something like Seismic Toss on their team? I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure if Night Daze is what I'm thinking it is, but whatever. Here's another one. This one I actually really like this. This is great. I actually really think this is kind of funny. Mega Tyranitar. It happens to get it gets King Shield, and they kind of make a little pun after this, calling Tyranitar a tyrant. Kind of is. They say the tyrant stole the King's Shield. Deal with it. So I think that's kind of funny, but it's pretty cool. I'm actually interested to see how this plays out as a move for Tyranitar. Honestly, if you asked me, I don't think it should have gotten King Shield. I think it should have gotten Spiky Shield. I'm not sure if it somehow already has access to that or if it's already confirmed to have it for the next generation as well. But tell me, do you honestly think that Spiky Shield makes more sense? I mean, I kind of think it does considering all the spikes on its back, but I don't know. That's my opinion on Tyranitar. King Shield, either way, is still going to be a very useful thing to have, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it kind of plays out as well. Both are good, so you can't really go wrong with that. Next up is MegaSapphire with Sleep Powder. This I approve of. I actually strongly approve of this. This will give it an extra added boost. I don't know if we've already got a confirmed ability change to it, but I do know that it's actually very nice. I am very much looking forward to it. Oh, it gets Technician. GG. So yeah, Technician MegaSapphire with Sleep Powder. Seems pretty good in all honesty. Next one I actually like. I don't remember if Blaziken already had access to this or not, because I don't really remember seeing people actually use it, but I mean, if it is, then I don't understand why they mentioned it, so I'm assuming that it isn't a thing. It gets U-turn. I strongly approve of this. Its ability change makes it kind of meh. It's probably not even going to remain in Ubers after this. They probably, as sad as this probably is, they probably do take notice of what Smogon does to their changes to their tiers and for what reasons, and they probably like to implement that a little bit into their official tournament play, you know, stuff like that. So they kind of have to make those adjustments to things that are viewed as major threats in Smogon's tiering as well, because they know that there's a side competitive, you know, community as opposed to their competitive VGC community. So I mean, I don't know. In a way, it kind of shows that they're taking notice of other groups of competitive play, which is really cool. And U-turn something that I think it'll greatly benefit from. So next up is Swampert, who gets Gunk Shot. I get the feeling there's going to be some kind of weird typing change to some of these things as well. I mean, it's getting the ability Poison Heal, if I remember correctly, and Gunk Shot is now a very decent, like, physical poison move. Like, there's got to be something going on here. I don't know. Like, it's just a little weird to me. I don't know about anyone else. It just seems a little bit off. So, I don't know. It's just something I'm throwing out there. Gardevoir gets Baby Doll Eyes. This seems like something it already has, but I could be completely wrong. I don't know. It just seems like something that it would already have. But that's just, you know, personal opinion, I guess. Next up is Sableye, who gets Phantom Force. I actually kind of like this. It is kind of more on the physical side, and Phantom Force, you know, kind of, you know, is a physical move. It's a decent move. I mean, it kind of, I don't know if it really makes up for the fact that it loses Prankster, but whatever. There's a lot more than, I'm going to just kind of go through these a little bit quicker, and anything that's actually relevant we'll kind of go over. Metagross gets Heavy Slam, which isn't bad. Latios and Latios. Latios gets Guard Swap while Latios gets Power Swap. Makes sense. Latios is the defensive Pokemon while Latios is the more offensive. Lopunny, for whatever fucking reason, gets Volt Tackle. Does someone want to explain that? I don't know. What logic is there behind Lopunny getting... Never mind. Whatever. Here's another funny one. I like how Garchomp got Swift Swim, by the way. I believe that's what it got anyways. Yeah, it gets Aqua Jet. So, I don't know. It's technically the Land Shark Pokemon, so I can kind of see it somehow losing. Maybe it gets Dragon typing for a Water typing, if they want to do something weird by changing typings in the next generation. I don't know, but it seems kind of like it would be interesting. Lucario gets Storm Throw, which seems like a good move, I guess, to give it. Abomasnow gets Earth Power, which is actually pretty good. It's coverage against, you know, those obvious fire types. And then Gallade gets Play Rough, which is absolutely stupid if you ask me. It's a really fucking good move to give it. And then Audino gets Nuzzle, so that's not bad either for competitive VGC play. It's actually a pretty good move to have. We saw that last year in the form of Pachirisu, so I mean, it's not bad. Anyways, we're obviously kind of at a point where we need to do this little puzzle thing, and you're going to see me mess up a couple of the boulders. I kind of have to remember it again, because I did it a long ass time ago, and yeah, because, I don't know, but whatever. So yeah, I'll let you guys know if there's anything new that comes up on this thread. I keep checking it every once in a while. I'll have to look into what they mean by the whole move changing thing and see what's going on with that, and yeah. And I came back out here to check to see what this area was, because I wasn't sure if this was a different area or not, so it's obviously the very first room. And with basically all that, we are almost out of time, so in the next episode we're going to continue through the Seafloor Cavern, and hopefully kind of finish dealing with Team Magma for once and for all. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And before I end this, if I don't upload for the next couple days, it's probably because I lost power. We're kind of dealing with a blizzard thing at the moment, so just kind of giving you a heads up on that. So yeah, if you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.